What is a player to do? Sometimes you just got to go from catching this on the field to coaching it right here on the sidelines. Welcome into this week's episode of the show. And now on this show, we're going to be taking a look at the state's best players, teams, and stories. But before we can get started on any of that, we've got to make it through spring training, if you could call it spring. Welcome into this week's episode of the Hoops Hub, guys. And this week, we're taking a look at the Run to the Sun. Mohegan Sun, right behind me, home of the 2015 CIAC Championships taking place this weekend. And on the Run to the Sun, a lot could happen. Some good, some bad. Some teams made it this far, some teams fell short. Here are the stories on the Run to the Sun.
I think the bats will catch up as the weather gets warm, if that happens.
We hope.
If it gets warm, they'll pick it up. But yeah, pitching is going to carry you through, and the way you start is important, because if you have a slow start like Amity, it is tough to get back on top because the schedule is not forgiving.
But thanks to the Board of Education getting Oxford out of the SWC and putting them into the Naugatuck Valley League, which has teams that are much closer to where the school is located, they'll be taking shorter bus rides, and they may even find some other ways to get to games this year. For Stratford High's Genesis Torres, in the winter, it's basketball. In the spring, it's lacrosse. And in the fall, football?
Football.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? Henry Chisholm here, and not having a go-to player isn't that bad. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into this week's episode of the Hoops Hub. This week we're at Hands High School, where a team is way better than having one good player.
Yeah, it's great to have a superstar, but if the San Antonio Spurs taught us anything, it's that teams win titles. And Hand is a team of shooters. Paula Maturin, Curry Willette, and the rest of the guards on the team pretty much make up a shooting core of girls that can fill it up every night.
Even if they miss, if they miss 5, they miss 10 shots, they got to know, if you're on the floor, that means I trust you to shoot. And these kids have done a great job of it.
Anyone can go off it on any given night, and that's a pretty cool thing to be a part of.
I know that, for example, in one of our games, me and Corey were being face guarded, and then it was really relieving to know that other people on our team were able to step up and score the points when we weren't able to.
But the Tigers still need to get stops, and that's why they have the stoppers. Gabby Martin and Lauren Brandow help the team shut down opponents on the perimeter and in the low post.
We talk a lot. Sometimes we have lulls, but a lot of the times we always have our hands up. We're always telling each other, hands up, and to really talk to each other, because there's people who run baseline that you need to tell. You have to talk.
It's like watching, a lion chasing down a gazelle. You almost feel bad for a second, but not really.
And after scoring a bucket, getting back on defense, and making a team take a tough shot, what else do you need?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Cassidy Wygonic and Brandow, honestly everybody on this team, does the dirty work for the Tigers.
It's definitely not one of the more glamorous parts of the team, but it's something that just needs to be done.
So don't be surprised if Hand is handed the trophy this postseason.
You can put 5 kids on the floor, run a couple different options, a couple different screens, and know that whoever's on the floor is probably going to make the right play, and you can trust them to be in that scenario.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Hoops Hub, guys. As always, there's more basketball for you. Just click on the links below me, Playoff Central, all over the website. So if you want to keep track of your favorite team during the postseason, this is the place to do it. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.